Explain the process of the speech vetting process with Donald Trump and the RNC and the campaign. Did you submit your remarks?
I did. It was pretty simple for us. They asked a couple weeks out if I'd like to speak, and I said I'd love to speak about national security and our troops. They gave me a time, and I wrote the speech and sent it to them, and they said it looked good, and I gave it.
So the vetting process, it wasn't very. Did you feel like they combed through your speech? Did they want to make tweaks, or they just sort of looked at it, felt good about it, and let it go?
They focused primarily on the length. They were pleased with the content that I had written and delivered it pretty much as written last night.
Senator, last night there were some speeches like yours. I think Rudy Giuliani was well received. But it got stepped on by a lot of other stuff. Are you disappointed now that last night has gotten lost in this Melania-Trump controversy?
You know, I'm mostly disappointed that Melania's message has been somewhat detracted from. I thought she gave a great speech. I thought she spoke from her heart. She spoke about the husband, the man she loves and respects. Obviously, there was a mistake in the review of her speech text, but I know that she wasn't responsible for it, and she wanted to speak from her heart, and I thought she did, and I think that's regrettable.
Are you, as a Republican, concerned about sort of some of the structural things that have happened over the last 5 or 6 days by the campaign, whether it was how the Mike Pence nomination was rolled out, the fact that they haven't really campaigned together yet? Obviously, last night, your colleague, Senator Joni Ernst, ended up speaking to a half-empty arena at 11:30 at night. A lot of things could have been done a little bit better here. Are you concerned about this?
No, Chuck. In the end, I don't think many voters look at that kind of inside baseball. You know, the message they took away last night is the Republican Party is the party of law and order. It is the party that's going to make America safe again, and that Donald Trump is going to lead us to victory in November.
Let me ask you about the platform. There was one thing in here that's gotten a lot of attention, and I got to think you're not happy about it, that the Washington Post headline was this: the Trump campaign guts the GOP's anti-Russia stance on Ukraine. I'm guessing this is not a position you hold.
Well, Chuck, I favor and long have favored, along with many Republicans and Democrats, supplying Ukraine the weapons they need to defend their territory from Russian invasion. However, I generally don't think it's the best practice to include very specific details about particular situations in the world in a platform, because we know that the world might look very differently in January. I hope Ukraine no longer needs those weapons. What we should say simply is that we stand with the people of Ukraine and their desire to live free, sovereign, and independent from Russian interference.
Has any of Donald Trump's rhetoric on Russia bothered you? The idea that he's had some praise for Putin's leadership style, maybe not Putin's policies, but his leadership style.
Well, Vladimir Putin is a former KGB spy, and he's never gotten over that habit. I know a lot of things about Russia and Vladimir Putin that many people who aren't privy to our nation's classified information may not know. I suspect after this week, once Donald Trump is our nominee and he begins to receive those briefings, that he might have a different perspective on Vladimir Putin and his malign influence in the Middle East, in Europe, and against American interests.
Since we're talking Russia, and I know you probably have a strong opinion about this, I had Secretary Kerry on Sunday, on the Sunday Meet the Press, and he didn't give a lot of details about this deal that has been struck, apparently, that Russia and the United States may coordinate a little bit when it comes to ISIS airstrikes in Syria. And I said, how do you trust the Russians given our conflict, essentially, our diplomatic conflict with them in Ukraine? He says you don't trust them, but you still got to figure out how to work with them. Where are you on this?
Trusting Russia and Syria is so stupid, I can't even imagine the Obama administration would do it. Let's think about what they're proposing. We allowed Russia to surge troops into Syria, to bomb our allies, our clients, our proxies, to shore up the Assad regime, then withdraw those forces, and now they're asking us to solve their ISIS problem for them. I mean, what are they going to give us in return? Turn over Hillary Clinton's emails?
Okay, I take it you don't think there's any coordination with Russia, even if the enemy of my enemy is somebody we should work with?
In the Middle East, the enemy of my enemy is usually still my enemy. And Russia has no interest in coordinating anything in the Middle East that would help the United States.
All right, Senator Tom Cotton, I'm going to leave it there. We'll see you at a lot of delegation breakfasts perhaps this week, maybe some states that are not named Arkansas. Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada. You having a good time at those?
having a great time all around Cleveland, meeting with fellow Republicans from Arkansas and from all around the country.